Hi everyone, I've got my hair cut, I've had my eyebrows done, and I've been out this weekend picking wild garlic. This is what I've got left. Wild garlic grows wild, sort of under trees in shady areas, and you can only really get it for like 2 months of the year. So already this weekend we've had wild garlic hummus, we've had wild garlic and potato salad with lemon juice and mustard, we've had wild garlic omelette, we've had wild garlic butter. What's wild garlic got to do with cheese? Well, if you used to watch these videos when I did them on Facebook, you remember that Robin requested that I did Cornish Yarg. And at the time, because of the restrictions, I couldn't get hold of any, but I saw some in Waitrose yesterday. So the story with Cornish Yarg is that some people called Gray found a recipe for cheese in their attic and decided to have a go at making it, and that's where the name comes from. Yarg is grey backwards. So the cheese is wrapped in nettles, this one, which I got from Waitrose yesterday, but they also do one that they wrap in wild garlic. So far be it from me to criticise anyone for taking something ordinary and making it extraordinary and creating a bit of a legend, but for me, this Cornish Yarg isn't a new cheese, it's actually a Caerphilly. There are recipes for Caerphilly which involve them being wrapped in things like cabbage leaves and dock leaves. They were originally cheeses that were taken down the mine. It's a Welsh cheese, and the minerals from the cheese were supposed to be helpful for the miners doing all that manual work, and also there's a lot of salts as well in Caerphilly. So it's another cheese that suffered during rationing and went out of production, and then started to be made again in England, usually around Somerset, Wiltshire. It's a cheese that's actually quite fast to make. So they were churning out all sorts of like substandard Caerphillys really, that were just like a big limey alkaline mess. And it got to a point, I think in the 90s, where actually no one in Caerphilly was making Caerphilly anymore. So a dairy, I think Castle Dairy, started to produce Caerphilly locally, and now there are lots of local cheesemakers making Caerphilly. It has won awards at the World Cheese Awards. So what you should get with a good Caerphilly, and this, despite being called Yarg, is a good Caerphilly, if it's well made, what you should be getting is, I'll hold it up for you, you can see the lovely colour and the nettles at the side. What you should be getting is towards the edges of the cheese, near the edible rind, you should be getting lots of tastes of like earth and moss and all sorts of lovely foragey tastes. And then when you get to the middle, you should be getting a sort of lemony, yogurt, sour tasting cheese. I prefer the one wrapped in the wild garlic, just because I think there's something a little bit romantic about that, and it's that excitement when you're sort of walking in the spring and you've got that whiff of wild garlic and go, oh, start filling a carrier bag up. So in terms of what to have with this, I'm going to take a little bit off the edge. So something like blackcurrant jam would go really well. I'm not drinking at the moment because I'm going out for lunch, but if you were going to have wine with this, I'd go for something like gooseberries. I'm actually going to meet some friends for a birthday lunch, so we can only meet outside at the moment, so I've spent all week trying to get a booking and nothing was available, and then last night a table became free at the Fleece, so I was like, this is really good, except for the fact it's been hailstoning this morning. It's probably why it became available, but I've got her, so turn away now, Spark, if you haven't seen me yet. I've got her the Bix that I did in the other video, which, because she's a big fan of the Brillat Savarin, and this is supposedly a British version. I couldn't get the orange blossom honey, so I've got this organic honey, which is supposed to be kind of citrusy from Waitrose, so that's for her. So I'll try some of this cheese. You don't have to eat the rind, I always say this, but the nettles are really good. And it's got this kind of bitter, real kind of woodland taste to the edges of the cheese, and then when you get to the middle, it's a really, really good cheese. It's crumbly. It has got this real like sour yogurt flavour. Oh, I'm going to enjoy this one. I enjoy them all, but I'm going to enjoy this one. So anyway, I have a friend who has been watching these videos and offering me helpful criticism. Any of you who know me will know exactly who I'm talking about, my Wunder companion. So he's given me a lot of tips, like talking with my mouth full, touching my hair, and he has been particularly critical of the background. So here's something I found out that's very interesting. I did intend to leave him in my will this collection of Kate Bush on vinyl. This box set came out in 1990, and I've continued to update it with every one of our Exalted Ones works on vinyl, so it's a full up-to-date catalogue of Kate Bush's works. However, he said He doesn't want it. He wants these drawers. Now that's very interesting, isn't it? Because has his criticism all along been a ploy to get my drawers off me? Maybe. So I'm a bit torn now because I don't think he deserves the Kate Bush box set. If he doesn't appreciate it, it can go to someone else. But do I give him the drawers? I will. I will leave him the drawers. I haven't updated my will yet. So if I was to die suddenly, then take this video as my wishes that he can have those drawers. But I won't be dusting them between now and the end of my life. So I'm going to continue to enjoy this cheese. I'm going to have a lovely lunch. Again, if there's any cheeses that you want me to cover on here, please let me know. I've got 2 cheeses actually in the fridge. I'm going to do another video hopefully tomorrow. 2 interesting sort of hybrid cheeses. I think you'll like it. Bye!